In this video, we're going to be creating a Google Chrome extension using only ChatGPT. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As I said, we're going to be creating a Google Chrome extension using only ChatGPT. I actually don't have any experience creating Chrome browser extensions, so this should be a pretty fun one. All right, let's get started. So I've opened up the browser and navigated to chat.openai.com/chat. And I've logged in. And so now let's just try typing in create a Google Chrome extension. And let's start with something really small. So let's just change the background of the browser to blue. So create a Google Chrome extension that changes the background color to blue. And let's see what we get. Okay. Oh, so it's telling us exactly how to create it as well. Oh, it's interesting. It named it Blue Background Extension. The description changes the background color of all web pages to blue. Wow, this looks pretty straightforward. So let's do it. Create a new directory for the extension. So in Finder, we'll create a new folder. We'll call it Chat GPT extension. And then let's open that up. In the directory, create a file called manifest.json. So I think the easiest way is to open this in VS Code. Let me go do that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've opened the directory using VS Code. So let's create a file called manifest.json. And I'm just going to copy all of this and paste it in the file. Okay, so save that. In the same directory, create a file called background.js and paste the following code. So let's copy that and background.js, paste and save. Go to Chrome extensions in Google Chrome, make sure developer mode is enabled and click on load unpacked. Select the directory that you created for the extension. All right, so copy that and go to extension, enable, developer mode, load unpack, select the directory and changes the background. Yep. And we can see our extension's been added. It says errors. Let's click on that. Manifest version 2 is deprecated and support will be removed in 2023. Huh. Okay, so just go back and see. Let's go to Google. The background is blue. Cool. Please note this is a simple example that could be improved, like adding options to change the color or adding icon and other features, but the basic structure is the same. Okay, so let's try to add an option to change the color. So add an option to change the color. Okay, so let's start at the top. In the manifest JSON, add the following line to the permissions array. So let's copy that and come back, permissions array. Okay, so I don't see a permissions array. So it seems to think that we had a permissions array in the manifest JSON previously. Let's just try to add permissions. And does that work? It seems to like it. I don't know. Okay, in the same directory, create an options.html. So let's do that. Options.html. And add all of this. Paste. So let's see what we're doing here. We've got H1, background extension. We've got a label, a color picker, and a button to save it. And then we are getting the element, the save button, adding an event listener. So when we click the save button, we want to get the value of the color picker, and then chrome.storage.sync set color to color. Okay, so then in the manifest JSON, add the following line to the browser action object. Browser action object. Well, this is interesting. I feel like we should have did this previously, but we'll do it. So we'll come back, manifest to the browser action. I don't see that either. Browser action. So my first instinct is to just Google this manifest JSON, but I'm only wanting to use ChatGPT. So just ask it, where is the browser action object? The property of the manifest JSON is, well, it's not exactly where, used to define the behavior of the extension. It's icon. In the example I provided previously, I added the options page property. The browser action object should be included in the root level of the JSON file. So it looked like this. Oh, very nice. Very nice. So now we can see we have browser action, and then also there's the permissions. So let's just copy this whole thing and paste it there, save. So let's come back up. And the other thing was, in the background.js file, change this line to this. Okay, so let's do that. And paste, save. Now it says, when the extension is reloaded, you should be able to see a new button in the extension icon. Click on it and open the options page where you could change the color. Okay, so it says when it's reloaded. And I have way too many extensions. So I get the feeling I should okay, so when it's reloaded, so I think I should reload it somehow. Here's a reload button. Nope, that's not it. Oh, ooh. So now it doesn't look like I can turn it on. All right, so I'm having a lot of issues here. Let's see if we can just tell it to update the manifest version. Update the manifest version. Okay. The format the extension uses is 2 and is required by Google Chrome, so the value of should be set to 2. Okay, but it doesn't work. So what is the latest manifest version? Maybe that would be... It's important to mention if you're using an older version of Chrome, you have to the latest version, or create a different version. What is the latest manifest version? We'll just try updating the map. Okay, so it says the latest one is 3, but it is important to note that the version may not be widely adopted under development. Well, I think we need to use 3. So let's just try that. Save. And then come back to extensions and errors, clear all. What made the error go away? Oh, this is interesting. So I think it's because it's not valid JSON, because the example had a comma. So let's come back and remove that. Retry. Failed to load. Same problem. There's a comma. So we'll come back and save that. Retry. Okay. Oh, browser action requires version of 2 or lower. Okay, so let's come back, change it to 2, and then come back. No errors, looks like it's loaded. So let's come back to Google and let's find, oh, well, I like that it has a B for the icon. That's kind of cool. So if I click on it, it doesn't seem to do anything. Did I miss something? So let's go back up. When it's reloaded, you should be able to see a new button in the extension icon. So it doesn't look like it actually works. Maybe if I reload the page. Okay. Still the same thing. If I come back, let's just remove it completely. And then load unpacked and select. And we have errors again. Manifest version 2 is deprecated. That's fine. Clear. Come back. Let's come back here. We'll just reload this to be safe. And it doesn't seem to do anything. I feel like something's missing. So let's come back. Everything was going so well until it wasn't. So, okay. The extension does not load. There could be several reasons why the extension is not loading. Here are a few things to check. Make sure that the manifest file is correctly formatted. Should be valid JSON. Make sure that the files are referenced in the manifest. So background.js and options HTML exist in the same directory. Make sure it's enabled. Make sure developer mode is enabled. Check the console for any error message. Make sure that the permissions in the JSON file match the actions the extension performs. Make sure that you run the latest version of Chrome and the extension is compatible. Well, I wanted it to tell me. If none of these solutions work, let me know the error message you're getting and I'll try to help you further. That's a nice little touch. So let's come back, refresh the page, repin it, still nothing. So let's check for the console. And there are no errors. Okay, so there are no errors, but the options.html does not load. Or really, I guess it doesn't show, but let's see. There are a few things to check. Make sure the options page property in the is correctly set. Okay, so make sure, kind of the same thing. Check the browser's console for any error messages. Okay, reload the extension, blah, blah, blah. Make sure that the extension has access to the options page by adding the following. Well, no, we didn't do that. That's very interesting. We missed that. So let's add that to our manifest. And let's just remove it. Seems to be the best way. And then load. And I don't know if I have to reload this or not, but I'm going to. And then here, still didn't work. That's crazy. I definitely had higher hopes for this. So the other thing it mentions is properly formatted HTML. So let's go look at that. And everything looks good there. I'm not sure what else to try without just Googling. So let's just treat this as Google. So, well, I feel like I've been very straightforward. Give me an example of a manifest.json that is version 3. Here's an example of a manifest.json file for a Google Chrome extension. Uses, okay, this kind of looks the same. In this example, the manifest version is set to 3 and there are several changes compared to version 2. The content scripts property has been moved. Okay, so this is just not really true because Chrome is giving me an error because it's version 2. So let's come back and try to make this. I wonder if it can do it for me. So convert the previous Chrome extension to a manifest version 3. Let's see if we can do that. So it looks like it's going to give me the updates for that. Add a web accessible resource. We've actually did that. And the final one should look like this. Cool. So let's see if changing this to a version 3 works. It's important to keep in mind that version 3, yeah, same thing. Okay, so let's copy that, come back over, and just overwrite all of that. Oh, we don't have valid JSON. So save. Okay, so let's come back and remove that. Quick load unpacked, select. And the background scripts key cannot be used with version 3. Use the background service worker key instead. So we got that wrong as well. Background scripts, it's background service worker. I don't think that counts as a win for ChatGPT. Let's just change that. So background scripts, and that's going to be service worker. So save and retry. Invalid value for background could not load manifest. Okay guys, I'm calling it quits on this one. In some ways, I think if there hadn't been a new manifest version come out and version 2 was still the latest, then we would have had much more success. But in the end, ChatGPT failed to help us create the Chrome extension that we wanted to create. ChatGPT helped us create a very basic Chrome extension, but it all fell apart when we started to add new features. It was also giving us outdated information regarding the manifest version from the very beginning. Overall, I'm not really sure how helpful ChatGPT was. Let me know down in the comments below how helpful you thought ChatGPT was in this scenario. If you would like to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button and bell icon down below so that you don't miss a video when they come out. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.